friends, and welcome back to my studio here up in the attic. In this video I'm going to show you a time-lapse video of a painting that I did. I've kind of found this really fun groove where I take pages from old books that I have and from sheet music and I paint on that, and it really kind of adds something to that painting. It's really fun. Now a quick disclaimer is I don't try to find rare old books that are worth a lot of money that people collect. I have a great respect for books and for sheet music, and so if it's something that people really do value in the state that it is, I really try to respect that. So I'm not going around ripping up books just for the fun of it. Usually the books I find are on their last leg. They are falling apart, pages are being destroyed, half the book has been destroyed, and then I use the pieces that are left in the book and I use those to paint with. So this is an example of a piece that I did, and it's on some really nice antique vintage sheet music, and the sheet music book was kind of falling apart a little bit, and so I just really wanted to preserve what was left, and what better way to do that than to paint it and frame each individual piece. If you're interested in looking at some of these pieces up close, I do have several of them posted on my Etsy shop, and I'll have a link to that shop in the description box below. But my friends and family are always on the search for finding vintage paper that I can paint on, and my dad was actually at a secondhand flea market kind of store, and in this box he found just a stack of some old vintage magazines, and it was actually music magazines. The Etude. This one was printed back in 1913. What's really great about this magazine is that in the middle has just awesome and amazing, beautiful sheet music in the center there. The magazine is kind of a little worse for wear. The cover's been taken off, the pages are getting frayed. So my dad bought it for me so I could paint on it. As I was looking through the pages, I just found the whole thing is just charming. I love it. Not just the sheet music, but the actual magazine itself. And I especially found this one part of the magazine that was the ads, kind of gave a little bit of ads of things for sale, and it was just, I loved it. It just had a great feel to it. So I decided to do a painting on that. I was trying to decide, what should I put on this painting, and decided in the end that I would do a picture of a girl from the 1930s, 1920s, 1930s, kind of a flapper. And so just did a headshot of that and just had a lot of fun with this piece. Obviously used watercolor. It's a little bit more challenging to paint on this type of paper with watercolor than it is, say, regular actual watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is designed to absorb the liquid quickly, but the color doesn't set right away, so that you can go back in and add more water to it, and you can scrub and blend, and it takes a lot of abuse. You can just do a lot to watercolor paper that you can't do to regular paper, especially antique paper. That's when it gets really challenging, and of course this paper is over 100 years old, and so you have to really know where you're going to put the paint down, and you get about one shot with each stroke. Once you lay the paint down, the paint immediately absorbs into the paper and it ain't moving. So it's a bit of a challenge and kind of nerve-wracking at parts, because you can spend hours and hours and hours obviously on a painting, and one misstep can ruin the whole thing or at least cause a very large hiccup. But luckily this piece just turned out absolutely beautiful. I was just charmed with how much fun this piece was to make. While I was painting this, I decided, hey, I should videotape a little bit of this. Generally, I don't tape a lot of my paintings that I'm doing professionally. For one, it usually takes a long time, and to try to edit 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 hours worth of footage can be undaunting. And that also, the way that I have my camera set up is not comfortable to paint. I'll have to do a video showing you how I actually set my camera up when I do my videoing, but essentially the tripod is looming over top of my head, zoomed down, so I can't put my head over the paper to really get a good look at what I'm doing. I have to keep my head back, otherwise every once in a while you'll see it in my tutorials on Art a la carte. You'll see a headshot, and you see some of my hair there, and that's because I'm trying to see what am I doing. So it's not super comfortable, and then I might hit the tripod with my hand in my exuberance of painting. So I didn't videotape the entire painting. I just did kind of the middle part, but I'll show you some of the pictures of the finished product at the end of this video. This painting though was super fun to do, and I'm really excited about how it turned out. I just encourage you guys, if you like to paint or draw, think about other mediums that you can use, other ways to create art than just the standard pencil and paper. I definitely don't go to the library and start, drawing in their books. They frown on that a little bit. Vandalism and all that. It's frowned on in most societies. But, if you have a book that is just falling apart and it's yours, or you have your parents' permission, that's a great way to commemorate or to immortalize that book, is put a picture on it. So here is the final piece, and I absolutely adore this. I really have been enjoying having it in my room and getting to look at it. This piece and many other of my original artwork are for sale in my Etsy shop, so you can rush over there to check that out. If you're interested in getting a high quality print, then check out my Society 6 page, and you can see prints for that and many others that you can purchase there. So if you could have a time machine that could take you into the past or into the future, where would you want to go? So tell me that. What time period would you like to visit or live in? Leave that in the comment box below. So until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.